Right, good day students. I decided to make this video in essence just to help you understand and also the community out there to understand how certain things you can do certain things through software manipulations and certain things that you might know of that you think that you don't have available for free. So I'm just basically here to show you that certain things you can get for free through certain partnerships, certain associations, certain tools. So yeah, pretty much everything that you can think of, you can do for free on the internet. It all depends on how you interconnect the different things together. So I decided to create this video to guide you. For today's purpose, it's mainly just to show you how you can use Microsoft Azure Dev Tools with association to a particular university to get free license subscriptions as a student for Office products, right? So I know most of you are researchers, would want to use something like Visio Professional, or you would need a project, which is project projects to handle any projects you want to be busy with, right? So you would use MS Project, and that is all the Microsoft people. Now I'm going to make another video for the people who's more Linux driven, the Linux operating system, and see what other open source method is there to use if you're not a Windows person. So the video today is mainly just to show you how to use Windows applications together with Microsoft Office and see what you can achieve with all these different vendors and applications all together. Just switch back. Right, so we're looking at Microsoft Dev Tools for teaching, and what we want to look at is how you as a student can associate to join this, right? So I'm just going to quickly do that for you. Okay. Right, so let's look at Microsoft Dev Tools for teaching. So what I'll do is it's any of these links. So what I'll do is I will click on opening up in a new private window, and the reason for this is just to demonstrate to you how you would do it as a student. So right, so our page finally finished loading, so just keep in mind that sometimes the link takes a while. That's probably just because of bandwidth reasons. So what you'll have to do is you'll see as students you're almost there, and then you have to be part of the Imagine account. So that's very important that your university or institution is part of the Imagine account, which allows you to have a Dev Tools for teaching, right? And then what you have to then do is you have to sign in with that account that you would then use, which is your Microsoft account. And what it would ask you is to create a Microsoft account, like a Hotmail or any other Microsoft account, and then you link your student account to this account. So that's how it works. So you can even click there to learn about Microsoft accounts. That will take you to login.live, because you will have a live account, and then you would link that live account to Outlook.com account, and this is my account that I would link to my student account to allow me to use the Dev Tools for teaching. So that's the one step that you have to go through. Right, so I'm just gonna keep that there. So what you will then do is when you click on sign in, you will then click on sign in, and that will load and it will get to the Azure sign up page. Now here it will want you to verify that you're a student. What will happen is that, you remember I created this Outlook.com account, and if I didn't have correct, and I would just go into cognito mode just to show you what the next step you would have gotten if you didn't have an account already, like in my case. What will happen is you can create a Microsoft account, as you can see here. So you would click on Microsoft account, you would then create an account, use a phone number if you want to, or get a new email address. When you click on that, that will then have an Outlook.com or Hotmail.com. I would prefer Outlook.com. Create that new email, which is free, under the live.com, and when done you would have something like this, which would be a account as well, in my case Walden Hendricks at Outlook.com. And that account you keep there, because that will be the account that you would associate with your student account. So that's the two steps you have to do, right? So when you're done with that, like in my case, I would then have to sign in, and then they would either do verification to make sure that you're part of the product, or you have to skip that part. So this is the part where you have to verify by phone. So you have to put in your country code. If you're in South Africa, your country code would be +20. So for reasons I won't disclose this in the video. So then you basically just say text me my number. I'll have to enter that code, right? So there's the beep for the code, it, and then it will log me in. Now after this step, it would then ask me to associate my student email with my Azure Dev Tools and the Hotmail account or Outlook account that you created. But if that step has been completed already, you would have an interface like this as you see in front of you. So this would be welcome to the Azure Education Hub, any of the above, and you have to first associate that to get it linked together. So what you'll do is when you get in there, you will see roles. Under roles, this is an option for you to follow certain career pathways. If you want to become a data scientist, an AI engineer, developer, DevOps engineer, data engineer or security engineer, there is a system learning part that you can follow. And then the best thing, the highlight of this video would be the software that's available to you as a student. You would then be able to see, if you're a programming student, you would have Visual Studio Enterprise 2019 there. You would have Visual Studio Enterprise Edition 2022. So you can then click on that and you can say view the key, and it will give you a general, a unique key associated to your student email and your third-party account, and then you can actually download the ISO and link that key together. So that's the option that's given to you as a student, and also as a university staff member, depending on if you're associated to Microsoft Imagine, as I said in the beginning. So there's also different types of software down there in the list. There's Project Professional I spoke about, there's Project Professional 2021, and there's also Visio Professional 2021, as I spoke about that also. They've also added Windows 11 Education, and that means that you can now download Windows 11, but also need to make sure, and I'll make another video on this, is your Windows minimum system requirements for 11. So there is certain requirements, and you will have compatibility issues if you don't follow those requirements. There's also a guide that they give you to check the requirements before you attempt to install Windows 11. So those are the nitty-gritty things. Also, make sure that your hardware supports Windows 11. If that's the case, you want to jump to Windows 11. What you can also see is learning. Learning also gives you the different pathways as we saw before. And then there's templates as well, which is what you can use to build cloud apps. What they also give you is, if you click on overview, you have Azure Credits available to you as a student. You get $100 free credits. That expires, in this case, this is now the unused ones that I didn't use, and that will expire in a year's time. So that's how it works. In my case, I haven't actually used these credits, and that's why it's showing that. So that is the highlight of today, to show you really the Microsoft tools that you can use if you associate to Microsoft Imagine. And for those who's not Dev Tools associated, that's the one step that university have to get in order for you to have the Azure Dev Tools for teaching, which is allowed for students to get access to that software. And it works the same for that, it works for university lectures as well. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope this was a bit informative to just explain to you that and the reason I actually made this video is for a student of mine that said that he had trouble editing a Word document because of restrictions on a Word edition he had. I think it's probably Office 365, and it could be that he had restrictions to open this. And for that also, if you want to know more about that, you can also log into your student account. So if you go to apps, so that is also what you can do, and that would be associated to your student account, right? You can also do different, and that will take you to different ways to install. So you can either install Office, that will show you the subscriptions, what you cannot do and what you cannot do and all that, and that will give you more an identity of interest into what subscription you are on and what you can do. All right, thank you.